Okay, we're on.
Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
We are back. It's been a month almost since our last video. And we were talking about imaginary authors then, a very cutting edge kind of indie house. Now we have something far more classic. This, I'll hold that up for the camera. I'm not sure if you can see that. Doesn't matter if you can't. It's Mouchoir de Monsieur by the great Jacques Guerlain.
So the last fragrance we looked at was released, what, 2 years ago, something like
3 years, yeah.
This was released in 1904. So a really long time ago. So let's just open.
Let's see what's going on here.
So for those of you who aren't French speakers, Mouchoir de Monsieur means, well, gentleman's handkerchief.
Yeah.
And that is exactly the kind of smell it's going for. If you imagine a late 19th century dandy, it's that kind of thing. Someone kind of a really kind of well-dressed gentleman.
He would spray it on his handkerchief and then give it to a lady as a little gesture of.
And I think it goes back to the way perfume was in the kind of 18th and 17th century, when you would spray it on your handkerchief or your gloves or something like that, and then that smell would cover up all the horrible smells,
which would have been gross,
around you.
People would have smelled bad. Let's be honest.
So, I mean, I guess at first smell you might say it's a reasonably traditional kind of smell. So it's got quite a lot of lavender in it, which maybe people don't like because they think of potpourri and things like that.
It has that sort of slight granny association if you misconstrue it.
Yeah, but I don't get that at all. It makes me think of Provence. It makes me think of the kind of the south of France.
It's wonderfully herbaceous. That's a classic thing with a lot of Guerlain fragrances.
So
the big aromatic things.
The big thing to think about with this is it's not just a pretty, polite, clean, formal fragrance. It's really sexy.
Yeah, I think so. We're both wearing it, and I think we both
are
find
very
we
sexy
smell
men, as you can see. So I'm just going to have a spray because it's been a while since I can still smell it on you.
I've got it on this from 2 hours ago.
A little squirt. See, one of the things with all Guerlain fragrances, I think, is it's not just what you get in the first spray. You get a really long journey of hours and hours of things opening. So at the beginning, I'm getting quite a lot of that lavender, which we spoke about.
Yeah.
There's also some kind of bergamot, some kind of bright citrus, and there's some kind of other kind of like florals.
There's the oil of the citrus as well, not just the juice itself.
Yeah, so
it's that slightly oiled, almost slightly bitter-edged.
Yeah, it's not that kind of toilet cleanery, kind of sweety kind of citrus. It's more like the rind, like you've just squeezed the rind and you've got it under your fingernails.
That's it. So it really challenges your nose in a way.
But the interesting thing about this, by today's standards, is it includes civet.
Yeah.
Which is from the secretions from the anal glands of the civet cat.
Is it a cat or is it a?
Well, it looks like a rodent. It looks like a kind of a big, scary squirrel.
Yeah, you wouldn't have it as a pet.
But I think it is a sort of a cat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is a note which was used. Oh God, it just gets better and better.
It's good, isn't it?
But it was a note which was used a lot in the kind of 18th and 17th centuries because it was strong enough to cover up all the other horrible smells around. Yeah. And we've both smelt civet on its own.
The real thing, yeah, it's pretty hefty.
It's pretty hefty, and it does. Some people say it smells like piss.
Yeah,
where
a little bit. It does.
It smells almost more like rotting cheese. It was really ammonia-y, wasn't it, when we smelled it on its own? But
I mean, it was almost unbearable on its own. I mean, I think the mastery is how you can put that
and make something completely
beautiful. Yeah.
So this doesn't smell like rotten cheese.
No.
Some people say it's got a pissy quality. I don't think that. I would say it just smells a bit sexy. It's got that slight, very, very, very subtle suggestion of I guess you'd say body odor.
It's a tiny hint, but in a very natural way. I think that's the thing.
It doesn't
cozy.
Smell rancid it smells like you've cuddled up to someone.
Yeah.
It's not just a clean, fresh, airy fragrance. Jacques Guerlain said that all of his fragrances contain something of the underside of his mistress.
Yeah.
And that's what you got.
And that was his inspiration, really.
It smells warm. It smells cozy. It's still got that kind of bright kind of lavender, which is refreshing and makes you think of a brandy. But there's also a very, 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 very sexy side to this. There's also, the other big thing in it is tonka bean.
Yeah.
Which
which forms a part of the classic Guerlain, as it's called, which is basically a sort of a bouquet garni, herbaceous element, the vanillic undertones, coumarin, and you find that in Shalimar, Jicky.
Yeah, all these. So
Abbey
Jacques Guerlain,
Rouge.
he designed all of these great masterpieces of the 20th century, and they all have this Guerlainade at the heart of them.
Yeah.
So they've all got kind of different personalities. This is of a dandy. Shalimar's kind of oriental.
Yeah.
Mitsuko is kind of like
It's the sheep
oak
to beat
mossy
all
kind of
sheepers, isn't
sheep. Yeah, but they have at the heart of it this kind of. Again, it feels to me typically Provençal. All these herbs as if they're just wafting around you. And as I said earlier,
Absolutely.
this doesn't stay as a linear fragrance.
No, not at all.
As you smell it, it keeps changing. See, now I'm getting a bit more civet. It's become a bit. It's a bit more.
It takes on an edge straight away.
It's a bit kind of more.
Yeah. See, these fragrances were made for a whole day's journey. They weren't made like a lot of mass-marketed things today to smell within 10 minutes on a paper strip and love it and buy it immediately and walk out of the shop. These things were made to last, and a lot of what's being produced today is sort of disintegrates after 15, 20 minutes.
It's kind of front-loaded, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're in the airport and you've got 5 minutes to go, spray. Oh, I like the smell of that. I'll buy that. Whereas, I mean, the way
This is the opposite, really.
The way you used to try things in a Guerlain shop 100 years ago is they would put on a pot of tea or a pot of coffee, they would spray it on your arm, and then you'd spend an hour with them in the shop, and you'd see how it changes. You know, you talk about your day and things like that, come back to it and go, oh, now I'm getting all that warm vanilla-y coumarin as well.
And that's the least amount of time that you should devote,
Exactly,
really,
yeah.
isn't it?
I mean, it's all-
12 hours later, see what this is doing.
You have a whole journey throughout the day. So, you know, as well as all those perfumes that everybody's trying in the airport and the things that sales assistant tried to push you. So we've said go to places like Bloom or Les Senteurs and try new perfumes like imaginary authors. But Mouchoir de Monsieur you can get in any big department store.
Yeah, they have it. It's a little bit under the radar, isn't it? Because now Guerlain have become slightly more mass market, and they have Angelina Jolie.
And that's the one all the
this
sales
stuff.
assistants push. But really, if you go to any big department store, we kind of urge you to try any of the old Guerlain fragrances. Mouchoir de Monsieur, Jicky, which is the predecessor of this.
Jicky is like the little brother to this, I think.
Yeah, which came out in
Or big sister, depending on how you
1890 or something like that.
1889 even.
Yeah, worn by Sean
Wow.
Connery.
Yes.
Favourite fragrance.
Can't go wrong with him.
And
Really.
then Mitsuko, Shalimar,
Beautiful.
all those things. But I
And then
urge
even
you to-
further afield, Abbey Rouge,
yeah, which is kind of
Vetiver, the 60s time.
Yeah.
So they're classic after classic from this house.
Yeah.
Really.
So we urge
Derby.
you to go out and seek these out. It's
Do
not
it.
difficult. They're in lots of the shops. Try them. Don't go by your first smell.
No,
Spray it on your hand. Walk around, have a coffee, go out and do something
Yeah.
else, and then come back to it.
Go to Paris.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
While you're wearing this, go to Paris and see.
Put it on your handkerchief.
Yeah.
Why not? But we urge you to try it.
Look at that
Mouchoir
bottle.
de Monsieur. Happy sniffing.